Hello, everyone. I am James Milan. Welcome to this DPCD update. DPCD is our Department of Planning and Community Development, and I get to speak with Claire Ricker today. Claire is the director of that department. Hi, Claire.
Hi, how are you?
I am doing well. I hope that you are as well.
I am. I am.
Gr-
Thank you.
Great. We have no surprise, much to talk about today. We will get to after we talk about special town meeting coming up to begin with. We will get to an MVP 2.0 grant for $95,000, what that means for the town, an update on the Mass Ave and Appleton Street project, which lots of people have their eyes on, of course, the Complete Streets Prioritization Plan update as well. We're also going to talk about the CDBG Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report. That's a mouthful right there. Um, and then we get to talk about a new member of the department, a new economic development coordinator coming on board. So all that to come, but let us start. As I mentioned, special town meeting is coming up in October. DPCD, I know, is going to be very busy supporting the Redevelopment Board, preparing for a special town meeting. So what should residents know?
Oh, well, so special town meeting is going to start on October 17th. And the bulk of the meeting is going to be dedicated to zoning articles. So we have 10 articles in total. One is MBTA communities, but we have another 9 zoning articles that are related mostly to business uses in town. For example, we have an update to the street law bylaw, the street tree bylaw, which is going to be extended to include residential zones. Currently in commercial and industrial areas, you are required to plant a street tree every 25 feet should your project, land in an area where we need a street tree every 25 feet. We are extending that requirement over residential areas in town too. Every 25 feet where it's appropriate, obviously not in the middle of a driveway, but where appropriate to expand our tree canopy. Another thing we are looking at are heightened story minimums in the business district, especially along Mass Ave. We're looking to incentivize development that's more than a single story. So we would be looking for, two or more story development along Mass Ave. The full list of articles can be reviewed, and the dates that the ARB will meet to discuss them are on the ARB website, which is, at the town website. But I encourage people to take a look at the articles, familiarize themselves with them as we move forward. These articles will be discussed, I think, more specifically at the ARB meeting on October 2nd.
All right, well, that is great, and thanks for that preview. More
Sure.
trees, always good idea. And it is interesting because I have been noticing as I drive along Mass Ave in these last weeks and months, the number of single-story buildings that are there. It is quite noticeable. So interesting that is also another area that is that changes may be forthcoming. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for that. I had mentioned that the town has received an MVP 2.0 grant for $95,000, no small sum. So what does that mean? What's it going to be used for? What is it?
Oh, this is a great project that David Morgan and Talia Fox have taken on from DPCD. It's funding to update our existing climate resilience plan. So we will be putting some of the money towards that. But what we are looking to do is implement, a community-led seed project, which is to coordinate among regional agencies all of the resiliency plans and language and sort of meeting format moving forward in a way that's more productive than what is happening now. So it's a project that's based a lot in stakeholder engagement and is looking to support and develop more social resilience in the area. So it's a pretty cool thing. It's not anything that has been done before, but we're very excited about that portion of the project and this idea of social resilience.
That's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of resilience in a lot of ways, we need to figure out what's going to be happening with Mass Ave and Appleton Street. Again, this project born from tragedy several years ago, where a biker was killed going through that intersection. And I know that a lot of time and effort and planning has been spent up to this point. So,
Yeah.
what is the latest update on what's going on with that intersection?
Oh, this is another project that I really like and think is very exciting. So since our meeting last March in front of the select board, we have gone back with the designer and taken a look at the corridor based on comments received from residents, businesses, and other local stakeholders. We did make some changes to come up with our final concept proposal, which will be put in front of the select board at their September 28th meeting for a vote. If we get a vote to approve the concept, then we can move forward with construction design documents and get to biddable documents so that this project will be shovel ready by next spring. The changes all still reflect the project's main goals of the separated bike facility, the safer pedestrian crossings, and new signalized intersections. So I'm excited about this project. I'm excited about the public taking a look at this project and this concept. And then, of course, people who are interested should come to the select board meeting on the 27th or take a look at the plans that we have, again, on the town website.
Thank you for that.
Sure.
So moving on to another thing we've spoken about before, which is the Complete Streets Prioritization Plan. I guess you have an update for us about where that is at as well.
Yes, we do. So our Complete Streets Prioritization Plan update was approved by Mass DOT. So we are now eligible to apply for up to $500,000, in construction funding to do Complete Streets work and to support elements of Complete Streets design. We did this project in coordination and cooperation with the Department of Public Works. We really took our lists of priorities in terms of Complete Streets work and street work and combine them to come up with a very realistic, I think, update plan and sort of, project prioritization, obviously, that will lead to, I think, bigger and better projects, as much as we can support DPW and the work they're doing, bringing funds from, MassDOT's Complete Streets program, and just working together to, I think, more cooperatively fulfill the goals of Complete Streets in Arlington and our Connect Arlington transportation plan.
Yeah, I'm wondering, can I ask you just to take a minute to remind folks of what Complete Streets is as a concept and as a project?
Sure. So the idea of Complete Streets is that when you are engaging in street design or street, retrofit design, you enter it with an idea that you are going to plan and design by not prioritizing any form of transportation over another. So you consider vehicles, you consider pedestrians, consider those with mobility challenges, you consider bicycles, scooters, any really kind of form of mobility that people are using in Arlington, and then you attempt to design a roadway or a street that can accommodate as many of these modes as safely as possible.
Thanks very much for that. A
Sure.
little primer that's good for me and good for others as well. So moving on, the next topic we want to talk about is the CDBG Consolidated Annual Performance and Evaluation Report, and there's going to be review and public comment available
Yes.
soon on that. So just
Right.
explain a little bit. That might sound like gobbledygook to some of in our audience. So can you please clarify for us?
Yes, absolutely. This is something that we do as part of our regular community development block grant program. So this is a name that has been put together by the federal government, and I think it just about sounds like it. Um, so what we do every year is we do this consolidated performance and evaluation report. It's called a CAPER, and it will be posted for review on the town's website beginning on the 28th of September. And so what this document does is it reviews our CDBG program performance for program year 48, which is 22 to 23. So on the 28th, this report will be available for viewing and review. We'll have a 15-day comment period that'll end on the 13th of October at noon. And during this time, we welcome, any public comment and responses to comment. or responses to the report. They will all be included in the final version of the CAPER, and will be submitted to the Department of Housing and Urban Development once the comment period is over. So please, I encourage people to take a look at that report and see, how many, great projects we've managed to achieve in program year 48, and look forward to program year 49.
Yeah, I mean, we've talked about this before, and I have with your predecessors as well. What just how much gets done in this town through this particular mechanism, through the CDBG grant program. So this is a chance for people really to get a sense of what the latest projects are for there
Yeah,
with that. So that's great.
correct.
And let us finish with something that's nice and clear, which is that we've got a new hire to talk about. So please tell us about that.
Oh, yes, I am thrilled to talk about our new Economic Development Coordinator, Katie Luczai, who is coming to us from the London School of Economics, although, she's been New England based for many, many years, and has a lot of great experience in other municipalities. She has really hit the ground running here. She's met with the chamber several times. She's met with local merchant groups. She's working with the semi-quincentennial group, Arlington 250, and she's already met, with the similar groups, the sister groups in Concord and Lexington. So she'll be working. Another great thing about Katie is she's already well versed in our online permitting system, which we're trying to launch, in phases over time right now. And she will be working with other departments to help bring related economic development permits online, things like alcohol licensing, business permitting, sign permits, things like that. So we are thrilled to have Katie, and she is just extremely energetic and competent. And, I think we'll do an excellent job here.
Well, welcome, Katie. It's a vital position in
Yes.
town, and so glad to hear that it's been filled. And looking forward to meeting Katie at some point in the near future. All right, Claire. Man, I've asked you about a lot of things already
Yeah.
today, but I think that we're done. But I'll leave it to you to confirm that.
Yeah, I think we've covered just about everything.
Good. Yeah, you must be just a tiny bit exhausted, except you have the rest of your day to go. So
That's true.
we'll let you get to that. I have been speaking with Claire Ricker. She is, of course, the director of our Department of Planning and Community Development for this DPCD update. We appreciate, as always, Claire's time and yours as well. I'm James Milan. Thanks so much for joining us. We will see you next time.